This is Two Blokes in a Pod.
Hey, what is that?
The podcast where, well, it's a bit of this, a bit of that.
I don't understand.
Just blokey laughs and blokey chats.
Okay.
Whatever it is, let's get started.
All right, so last week we celebrated International Men's Day.
Yes, we did.
We got quite a bit of feedback about that episode.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a pretty heartfelt episode. Can I say that?
Broken.
Broken. I was very broken last week.
Yeah.
Because on the back of that, I do want to say thank you because you reached out to me the following day and you're like, I feel ya, but why the fuck didn't you ring me earlier? Like, we're
I
mates.
gave it to you a bit. Yeah.
You gave it to me, and you're right. Like, and like I said to you last week, I didn't want to bring you into it, and I felt that.
No, I get it.
You know, I didn't want to bring you into it, but I should have talked to someone that wasn't
In it.
in it. So thank you.
Oh, you're right, mate.
And thank you to one particular member of that team that once the official announcement went out, he picked up the phone and reached out to me. He didn't want me mentioning names.
Yep.
But he really made me feel warm and fuzzy.
All the giblets inside.
Yeah, like it was. Words are very powerful.
They are.
Words are very powerful, and I went through quite a significant amount of,
Reflection?
reflection. Just not depression. I won't say depression.
Second guessing?
Anger, second guessing. I went through a wave of emotions, pretty negative emotions over the last few weeks, and now I feel lifted. I feel very
Just
lifted.
at peace with the whole scenario.
Yeah, bless you, my child. You know, that type of lifted. Like I feel like I've actually, you know what? I feel like I've gone into the confession booth, right? I've sat in front of the priest. And I've said to him, Father, forgive me for I have sinned. And I've told him all my sins. And then I walk out. And in the back of my head, it's like I still know that I've done wrong.
Yeah.
But I've talked to God and he's, through the priest.
Repent.
He's, accepted my repentance. And I'm like a holy person again. Until I walk out of the church and then all of a sudden I, look at a woman walking across the road and go, fucking hell, But
Yeah, I get you.
But you know what I mean? Like
Just a lot of weights lifted off your shoulders.
Like I haven't been in that position for a very long time. And the last time, like I said, I was in such a dark place was when my dad passed. Yeah. But that's understandable. You've just lost someone in your life. And this person said to me, fucking hell, man, if you are comparing your father's death to this situation with a soccer team, of an under 9 soccer team, you are fucking mentally screwed up.
Yeah.
And that's when I woke up and go, holy shit. Yeah. Holy shit, you're right. I'm actually treating this situation bigger than my dad's death.
Yeah.
And that's fucked.
See, it's like sometimes you because you get caught up in it, you don't actually realise, not that it's not important or insignificant. It's at that time you think that's the biggest thing in the world for you. And then when you have an outside person reaching in and say, look, man, like it's and again, it's not that it's not important, but it's like you're coaching soccer under 9s or under 8s. It's like, man, there are bigger things than football. There are bigger things than coaching little kids. Like it for me, like I feel full when I do it, and with George, and I enjoy seeing results and how far they've come on and off the pitch, that it's cool, and I still get a kick out of it. But when, say something happens, and there's going to come a time where, either myself or George or both of us won't be coaching anymore. Yeah, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be, because it's a big part of my day-to-day life.
Do you know, after all that last week with the recording and all that, I had the first training session the following Thursday.
How'd that go?
Right? And that morning is when I announced it to the parents that I was stepping down. Most of the parents acknowledged it. I got a few, really nice comments from some parents. The ones I thought would, not compliment me, but
have that maybe heart to heart. Or
yeah. The ones that I thought deep down would, have my back about it all and reach out to me, never did. Never did. And I felt at that training session that there was a little bit of awkwardness as well. Whatever. You know what? I've done what I've done. I've taken this. And what was really nice is the new coach, before the training session, gathered the kids around me. And he said, look, Coach Valandi has something to say. And I told the boys, and you know what? There was a couple of, sighs. The boys, I could see the disappointment. But I said to them, guys, I'm not doing this because I don't like you and I can't handle it anymore. I'm doing this because I think it's the best way forward for you with Coach Peter. He is going to take you to that next level. I've done everything I can to bring you where you are now, and he's going to take that and take you further. So I'm very proud, and I'm so happy to be sitting on the bench watching you guys train now.
Oh, that's good.
But the problem I had was halfway through the session, I had that itch, and I got up and I started helping out with the training session. That's probably going to continue a bit more, but I really enjoyed sitting on the bench. And
but you just don't have that pressure.
No, I don't. I don't now.
So
I
sort
can
of the
sit
best
back.
of both worlds, sort of thing.
Anyway, look, enough about that. A big shout out to my neighbour Tim, who I found out the other week that he listens to our podcast.
Just for Tim.
And I'm like, all right, I want to find out. I want to sit down with him and find out. Did you find out about my podcast because our neighbour Shane told you?
Shane,
or because he listens. G'day, Shane.
Yeah.
Or did you see me wearing the T-shirt around the neighbourhood? I want to find out how he found out about the pod. But he says he loves it. He said, "Oh, I heard that episode about da da da," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I had no idea that you listened to the pod." So thanks, Shane and Tim, for listening in.
Thanks, lads.
We got a big return guest.
We do,
and I'm talking big by stature, big by life, big by character,
and he's ready to go.
Do you remember on Red Faces, or what was it called? Saturday Night Live, or no, Saturday Night Live. What was the
Hey,
it's Saturday. Hey, it's Saturday. The guy that was always angry. Was it not Daryl Summers?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was just always angry about things.
Red Simons,
that's it. This is how I feel we're going to have our guest tonight.
He's a hostile.
He's steaming. He's steaming with some anger.
Hostile.
And I know it's not all Stroll related.
Nah, for once, Stroll hasn't annoyed me this week.
Oh, wow.
Or this month, or...
Well, no.
Actually, it's been a couple of weeks. So
no, it's more of a comedy act now, I think.
Oh, God.
Isn't it?
Insert Benny Hill music and just roll the Stroll videos.
Well, talking about Benny Hill, we've got Benny Stewart on the phone.
How we going, ladies
on
and
the
gentlemen?
phone, on the line, on the recording.
On the
You want to speak English?
I'm sitting a foot away from you.
Do you know what I called you today when I was on the phone to Stamati? And I go, so is Stewie coming on? I'm like, oh, fuck, hang on. No, is Benny coming on?
Yeah. Can you please refer to me by my Greek name, Studopoulos now? Thank you.
Studopoulos.
Studopoulos. We're going to roll that one out.
Here we go. He's asked Stamati to be a comparo and compare. And now all of a sudden he's a Greek.
So, fun fact, 3 out of the 5 godparents we chose are actually Orthodox. So, he's still getting christened Catholic, but there was the discussions.
5 godparents.
Yeah.
How do you feel, mate? See, in Greek, in the
it's only
Greek
one.
church, it's only one.
Yeah.
You're one of 5.
One of 5. But I'm the top of the list. So it's all right.
Yeah, okay.
There's what? There's 2 godfathers and there's 3 godmothers.
Yeah. One's my sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eleni, how are you?
Yeah, so
Oh, Eleni.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes. Michaela.
if it was Michaela.
Michaela,
if it was
yeah,
Michaela,
the kid
it-
would be fucked.
It'd be a different journey.
It would be a
It
very
would be a
different
different
journey.
journey.
So, first of all,
Yes.
an official congratulations on
Thank
the podcast.
Thank you.
In person.
I feel like we've rode this one together with us.
We have.
Yeah.
I reckon the first time you ever came in, we were talking about the difficulties you had with Luca
Yes.
and, conceiving and all that. And then I think, was it at the back end of that episode where you like slightly said to us, so boys, just letting you know, the wife is late and,
Yeah.
we're expecting number 2.
So, yeah, it was. So that was what, back in February, March?
Yeah, it was early in the year.
Thereabouts. So, yep. Dominic is now here with us.
Dominic.
He is a beautiful 9-week-old baby who is just, thank God, putting on weight. The size of his dad. I'm surprised he hasn't done it quicker. But no, it's been good. It's still weird when someone rings me and goes, "Oh, how's the boys?" And like I have to stop and think and go, "Fuck, I got 2 of them now."
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but no, it's good. Marissa recovered really, really well. The birth this time was a different story. It was a different story. At least this time, my wife only felt half of her body as opposed to none of her body. Or sorry, she felt all of her body with Luca, only half the body with Dominic. He had a big head, so that was always a good start.
Yeah.
Other than that, happy, healthy. He's been checked out. He's all good.
Beautiful.
Good.
And was he or was he not named after Dominic Toretto? Was that a factor?
Yeah, it could have been because I am a big car guy. I did try. There was one of the names that we had there was Sebastian after Vettel.
I love that name.
So
Sebastian
Seb was high on the list. I like to think Dustin was high on the list, but it definitely wasn't.
Dustin.
However, there were definitely some names thrown out, but we landed on Dominic, and he got the name Philip after my brother Phil. So shout out to Phil because I know he likes to listen as well.
That's for Philip.
So it's a beautiful thing. Two boys. It's kind of hard now because Luca really now doesn't want to sleep in his bed because obviously Dominic's in our room in the bassinet. So 4 in the bed, and the big fella said, "I'm going to the little one's room." So it's good. It's good.
Good.
Very good. Well, congratulations. I don't know why you decided to choose this bozo as a godfather, but we had a plan. You completely fucked that plan for me.
I did have I actually had reached out to Valandi about it, and it was kind of a last minute thing when it all actually went down because you were away up at York's, I think it was from memory.
Yeah.
And the shit weather came in, and I was actually at your little beautiful nephew Nicole's birthday.
Yeah. Godson, another godson.
Another godson.
Yep.
So it was funny because I heard he was on his way back, and we were having just a bit of a get together at home the following day. I said, "I'll come round." Then when I said to Marissa, I go, "We've got Lenny and Stamati here. Why don't we do it together?" But the thing was, I didn't let Valandi know that I was doing that.
Oh, no, because I called him, I think it was either that night or the next day, saying, "Fuck you."
But the problem was I told Stamati about the plan,
Yeah.
and I never got to fulfill the plan. So we were going to do it here on Two Puds, but I thought I'd be a responsible husband, make it a little bit easy on my wife, and not drag out babies at 9 o'clock at night. So we did it then and there. I think you got a nice little hip flask, some whiskey.
Yep.
You did well.
Yeah. But I did call, because you did say Valandi knew.
Yeah, I said Valandi knew.
And what do I get? What do I get for
frothing at
this
the mouth,
complete
mate.
schmozzle?
You got my presence is here, so
Yeah.
yeah, you got the fez end of the stick.
Yeah.
Can I at least get an invite to the christening so I can just heckle this prick?
We might need a DJ.
Bring the here we go. Bring the mics and we'll do a podcast.
Mate,
That's right.
Do a live from.
That's right.
Do a
Sure,
live
Marissa
from.
will be happy with
Yeah.
that.
My wife's
Yeah.
going to be so happy when she hears this episode tonight. We'll basically plan it.
2 blokes and a baby in a
Yeah,
pod.
2 bakes, baby in a pod.
That's it. It's got a ring
It
to
writes itself.
it.
All right. Well, yeah, fine. All right. Well, but all right. What else is going on in your life? Let's open up the mic. This is
Get the couch out.
This is Benny time. Benny time.
I need to put the feet up for this one. So, do you know what? I've actually had a career change.
No more flop discs.
Yeah. So
What?
After 10 long years of saying yes at Optus, I resigned.
He fucked up with a switchboard.
I did. Hang on. So what do you mean you resigned?
So I officially resigned from Optus, and I've gone into a completely different field again. After I did finance for 10 years, then I did telco for 10 years, and now I'm proud to say I'm working for a great business here in Adelaide, Police Health Insurance and emergency health insurance. So they're under the one banner, but all of their stuff's done here in Australia. All their stuff's done here in Adelaide. So I'm really, really happy to have joined the team.
Police and emergency health insurance.
Yep.
So basically, health insurance for people in the force.
Correct. So supporting those that support us.
Wow.
So
Is that on the script?
Nah,
Sounds like it.
it
Hello,
should be.
this is Ben from Police Health Insurance.
Thank you
supporting
for helping
those
us.
was supporting us.
Yes.
So, and look, it's kind of good to give back because, I mean, look, let's be honest. You've got your police, you've got your ambos, you've got your fireys. They've got probably one of the hardest jobs that none of us could do.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd chase a bloke down the street. I'd make it 30 feet and I'd be done.
Yeah.
If I can get him
But
in 10
that
steps, all
emergency
good.
health insurance would come in handy.
Yeah, it would, especially once I've had that heart attack and need open heart surgery from running
Yeah.
30 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said goodbye to Optus after 9 years in the call center, a year in the retail space, and yeah, onto a new exciting journey. So that's probably one of the positive things going on in my world. Besides, obviously, beautiful wife, beautiful new baby, beautiful big brother now. The little brother has become a big brother. So watching that relationship grow, that's probably a cool
good,
thing.
eh?
I
It's
was
good.
I was a little bit nervous because when we first brought Dom home on the first day, I've walked into the kitchen, grabbed a drink, walked back, and all I can see is Luca trying to lift him out of the bassinet and carry him to the couch. And I'm like, mate, you can't do that. You're too little. He goes, but I'm his big brother. Can't argue with him.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
Can't argue with him. So, but now I can argue with him. Dom's been home now for a few weeks, and Luke has just taken it in his stride, man. He's we had an argument the other day. Of course, you do with your 3.5-year-old. He said, "Dad, you're not my best friend anymore." I was like, "Oh, mate, stab me in the heart. Like I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable at the moment." It's okay. I go, "Who's your best friend?" And I'm expecting him to say his mum. He goes, "Dominic's my best friend." I was like, "All right, you know what?
Can't argue with that either.
If I can lose to him, that's fine. That's okay." Yeah. So that's all going pretty well. I got rid of the golf. My baby, I got rid of it.
You got rid of
I
it.
got rid of it. I couldn't believe it.
Man, so much has changed.
Yeah, I know.
This is huge.
Trimmed the beard, gotten rid of the golf. It's like I've become an adult. That'll never happen.
God forbid.
It'll never happen. But yeah, got rid of the golf. I said goodbye
And
to
have
it.
you replaced it with
I
something?
have. I finally joined the big
cab
dual
sector.
cab family. So I got myself a Triton with a bit of a high lift kit, the spotties, the bull bar,
All the
awning
bells
on
and
the
whistles.
side, all the bells and whistles. So absolutely loving it. The bloke who actually bought my golf, he smashed the golf in about 9 days.
Oh, beautiful.
It was. I saw it on one of the Eurocar forums here in Adelaide, and I reckon I got tagged in that about 30 times. So I was absolutely devastated because I got that thing to the way I loved it. It was aesthetically pleasing. It drove amazing. It was a great car. And then to see this bloke's just abused it, destroyed it after not even a week, I was a little bit sad. But on to killing fauna, smashing sand dunes, hitting as many kangaroos as I can with that bull bar. I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it.
God.
That's, I mean, I'm not a Ford driver. I mean, thank God. But, you know,
give it a rest,
if I
mate.
drove a Ranger, Jesus, I'd be in trouble.
Have you seen the new Kia
Yes, the Tasman.
dual cabs?
Yeah.
Tasman.
Oh,
see,
do you know
I don't
what
know
I
how
saw? Do you know
fucking
what I
I
saw the other day?
What's that?
Fuck, it was hot.
Which?
The Toyota Tundra.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Yeah,
They're
that's the
massive.
everyone
That's
go,
like the Toyota version of F250.
Yeah.
The Rams, the Silverados.
that's the big boy truck. You see all these blokes cruise around their Hiluxes and they think they're
All that in a bag of chips,
they're
right?
all that in a bag of chips. But mate, you pull up next to them in a Tundra, they're the American exported trucks. They are just huge.
Yeah.
They make.
I mean,
me
I could
fuzzy in
never
the right
fit one of
places.
those at my house, but far out.
Not
They're
many people
beautiful
can.
cars.
Do you know what? I'd make it fit. I mean, I've had to do that for the last 30 years, so I've made it fit. Don't worry. So so got the dual cab going now. I've spoken to Stamati and
We're going to go out.
yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go find some tracks and got the new tires for it. Got the muddies.
Yeah.
You know, spent a little bit of money on it, getting it just the way nice and happy. And so that's been good. But that leads me to my first point. Right.
Oh, here's a segue.
Right. This has annoyed me. So please explain to me. I get that
I have explained this to you.
you have explained it to me, but I don't care what you say.
Okay.
Right? If someone drives a Holden Commodore VY SS or VE SS Ute, right, or a Falcon Ute, that's a utility. That's a commercial car.
No, it's not.
Why?
Because you can't really work out of them.
What do you mean you can't work out of them?
What do you mean? You can, but you can't. Like,
That's not saying you can't work out of a van.
Ben, come on, Benny. He goes. His thing was, why is a dual cab classified as a commercial utility, and like an SS and whatever is not? Because when it's classified as a commercial vehicle, the registration is higher, and this is why he's upset.
Pull your bastards. It's bullshit. It's just a money grab. But one thing
Hang on, but a VYSS or a Ford,
V8.
whatever,
Yeah.
like other than being the V8, like
Yeah.
it's not a dual cab.
Correct.
They're not
But
dual
hold
cabs.
on, wait.
No, but their
I-
towing capacity is not as high
Yeah.
as a dual cab.
I did do a little bit further research because I thought, okay, maybe Stamati's got me on the dual cab.
Right.
Holden came out with a Ute,
Oh, the crewman.
Crewman.
Yeah, all right.
right?
Okay.
That crewman is not classified when it's effectively just a lowered dual cab.
Hold on. And it's not classified as
Not
utility,
classified.
as a commercial?
No, that is not
Okay,
commercial.
how much can it tow? Like 2 ton?
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5? Oh, well, then technically it should be classified as a...
But there's my argument. Like,
Benny,
that's
you're not-
bullshit.
You're not going to win.
No, I'm not. But fucking, they're so much more expensive
What's that?
to register.
Yeah.
Like-
how much more?
I think my Golf was like for 3 months it was $190. Something
I've never
like that.
seen that before.
But for
Four-cylinder, right?
yeah, 4-cylinder.
Yeah, so my RAV4s are $180 a month,
Yeah, there you go.
a quarter.
Yeah. So, but mine's a 4-cylinder turbo diesel, but just happens to be a dual cab. $300.
Yeah, because it's a commercial.
No, I
You
don't
can
care.
you can make money from it.
You know what?
That's why.
I can make money from anything. You could. Hey, hang on, wait.
True. That
It's
is
a,
true.
It's a good
I
question.
saw
because
a bloke making money from a Datsun.
what about
at
the
work.
scooters? They cruise around and do.
Do you want to know how he made money from a Datsun?
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
How do you
don't-
make money
you
from a
don't.
Datsun?
No, we won't talk about it.
Is it what you used to do? Are you that person who used to drive around in the Datsun?
No, I don't know. I never drive a Datsun. Fuck that.
Okay, let's have a look here.
What are you looking on Google?
what-
How to make money from a
No,
Datsun?
Fre.
Yeah.
What classifies as
A commercial vehicle.
Oh, here we go.
And please do it in South Australia.
Okay, a utility is classed as a commercial vehicle for registration purposes because it is constructed or adapted for the carriage of goods. as opposed to a sedan or a station wagon, which is primarily used as a passenger vehicle.
So VYSS.
So their payload would be less than a dual cab. So that you can't really.
But like a sedan ute,
Yeah.
like a VY or a Ford
whatever.
Future, whatever the bloody
Commodore
hell,
ute.
Falcon,
You
right?
can't hold as much weight in the back tray as a crewman
It's
or a
it's
ute.
really a station wagon without a
Don't care.
without a top.
Don't care. You know what? It's a fucking rip-off. That's what it is. That was my first gripe, right?
Okay, let's continue because you've lost this argument.
My second gripe,
I've myth busted that one.
I've myth busted. I'll give you a myth buster in a minute. The other one was the insurance, though.
I'm just going to put that first point down to cost of living next.
But then I never actually noticed how many dual cabs are actually on the road.
Shitloads. It's the way of the future, man.
Mate, I was looking around. It felt like 6 out of every 10 cars was a dual cab.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is just, again, a money grab.
it's multi-purpose.
How's it a money grab?
It's a money grab from the state governments getting extra money. Because you know how many people I see doing school pickups in a dual cab? Plenty.
I'm one of them.
But
Yeah,
you also use yours
But
for...
you use yours for work.
I've just
Like
fucked
I
myself
want to
with
buy,
the ATO.
I want to be like Benny and buy myself a dual cab, not because I have a business to run out of it. Like I just want to.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would make sense for you to get a
Yeah,
dual
all
cab.
right, yeah, with DJing and all that.
It would
yeah,
make
that
you,
makes
you
sense.
could fit so many
All right, well, I
things
don't
in
want to
it.
buy one just like Benny because Benny doesn't have a reason.
I bought it to go fishing. That is a good enough reason. And to tow a boat.
Well, you need a boat first to
Yeah.
tow.
But you also need a license to get the boat.
Oh, here we go.
Here's another one for you. So, back in March, beautiful wife Marissa, she goes, you know, I'm going to sit. You've been going on about boats. You've been going on about boats. I'm going to send you to go get your boat license. So, all right, killer. Beautiful. She bought me this voucher. You go sit down at a venue. You spend 4 hours there through the business. Rah, rah. You do some training on a Saturday. And at the end of it, they sign off, give you your license. Best. So they ring me up a couple of days before the event and go, look, our facilitator can't make it. He's sick. Can we cancel and reschedule? I go, well, look, due to my working, I can only book in a tentative date. So, and I'd have to let you know if that suits me because I work predominantly weekends. So they come back to me and I go, yeah, look, no dramas. And this is back in April. Well, I've now obviously resigned from being in retail, which is, again, predominantly weekend work. And so I hit the place up and said, hey, look, obviously the weekend that we'd booked previously, I let you guys know that that wasn't suitable for me and that I would reschedule. I'm just reaching out to reschedule now. The course was $340, something like that. Well, they go, no, you got to pay a $60 rebooking fee.
No.
And I'm like, what am I? But you cancelled first. So when you cancelled, it was okay. But because I had to cancel because I tentatively booked, I didn't guarantee I was going to be there. And I rang you with over a week's notice to tell you, hey, look, the date that you want me to attend now is not suitable for me, and the date I wanted to attend was not suitable for you. They're two different things. You want to charge me $60? I said, you know what? Nah, fuck you. Give me my money back. Give me my fucking money back. Why should I have to pay $60 to reschedule when you cancelled?
And here's the kicker.
All right? Well, when I decided to cancel, I then looked on their website. There is no cancellation policy. All payments are full and final.
Non-refundable.
So if I wanted to cancel, no refund. Mate, let me tell you, I was fucking losing. I actually rang Stamati and I was redlining. If I could, I'd find where this place's head office was and I was going to torture. I had enough. Luckily, they finally came to the party and they were lovely people in the end. They're beautiful people. I won't say the business name because they fucking almost lost their business. But
It's pretty not that hard to narrow down. It's for boat license.
yeah, there's actually, do you know what? Surprisingly, there's actually 6 businesses in Adelaide that do the same thing.
Is that right? I thought it was like a government thing.
No. So they do it through the government, but you can literally go to these
Advertise.
courses. They run a couple of videos. You bring your ID, get an understanding, and they help you assist with the test. Beautiful, right? So it's boating for idiots. I'm an idiot, absolutely. So they came to the party and said, "Look, we're going to waive the $60 after I threatened to go to business affairs and go, well, your policy's shit. You cancelled first. Give me my money back." But they came to the party, and I look forward to seeing them sometime in January.
You know, it's like you have to like not threaten them, but like go to like say their like the I can never pronounce this word. Ombudsman.
Yeah.
Yep. I always have trouble with that. Anyway, to those people, you have to threaten them with them
Yep.
for you to get your way. When it should just be common sense.
You know what? Fair enough. We cancelled because our facilitator was sick and you couldn't make it to the next event. Let's call it even Stevens. We'll send you into the next one. You should know. If I'd cancelled that one, fair enough. Charge me $60. But you bastards cancelled first. Now, I'm praying that hopefully nobody from this business actually listens to this podcast because I've got a feeling that I've just spent all that money and
you'll get failed.
I'll get failed no matter what. Remember, my name is Benjamin Stodopoulos, so that way I don't get done.
Was there anything else you need to get off your chest, Ben?
Benjamin.
That's the Greek
Yeah,
translation.
that's the Greek translation.
Benjamin.
Yeah,
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds Chinese.
I feel like
Benjamin.
technically because there's no B in Greek.
it's
Yeah,
V.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Yeah,
Benjamin.
I've never heard that.
I'm
name.
I'm teaching Greek to the Greeks. It's a beautiful thing.
I told you that.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah.
Did you just make this name up?
Huh?
Did you just make this
No,
name
I even have a name day.
Yeah.
I believe it was
Benjamin.
Hold on.
29th of December
Hold on.
is my name day. See, I'm taking
You
my
really
Greek.
want to be Greek,
I'm
don't
taking my Greek stuff seriously.
you? You really want to be Greek.
It's not just a life.
Do you
It's
want me
an
to teach you
adventure.
how to speak the language?
We're going to have to.
I'll do. You know, I'm a qualified interpreter.
Oh God.
I
Are
could,
you really?
Really?
Yeah, you go.
I'm a qualified interpreter for.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Thank you. And it means right hand of God. Left
Right
hand
hand of
or
God.
left hand of God. One of them.
Benjamin is a name that is popular in many religions, including Jewish, Christian, and Muslim. It comes from the Hebrew name Binyamin, which means son of the right hand or son of the south. Son of the south, surely.
Son of the right hand. That's
No, we'll go with the south. In the Bible, Benjamin was the youngest of Jacob's 12 sons and co-founder of the 12 tribes of Israel.
I'm a co-founder, bro.
Jesus.
Come at me.
Greek.
Binyamin sounds something like the right hand of Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Eastern Orthodox Church.
Okay. Enough.
See?
Enough.
See?
Enough. Enough.
See?
Enough.
Eastern
enough.
Orthodox.
I'm just trying to
Orthodox.
sound. The 13th
I
of
don't know when
October.
my podcast became a friggin', a religious name and what they all mean and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
So
My name means golden apples, but whatever.
I'll show you a golden apple. Moving on. Formula One, boys.
No, that's
We'll,
later.
we'll,
That's
we'll
later.
get into
Come
that.
on.
We'll get into
Formula
that.
One.
We've got to,
Easy, mate.
Now, wait,
you got to know your place
Alright,
here, mate.
Stroll, I'll be coming back for Stroll's little head.
we will come back for Stroll. We will come. Now, so I opened up the session with International Men's Day last week, but
Yes.
I forgot to then continue on because we got distracted with my last week problems and the solution and all that and where we're at. Today is Monday, the 25th of November. So that's the date that we're recording on. Obviously, a lot of people aren't going to hear this till later in the week. But it is Monday, the 25th of November, and it is International White Ribbon Day. So White Ribbon Day is actually a little fundraising, or not fundraising, a little group that was created by men to point out that violence against women is not okay. So we had a bit of a do at work about it.
It's White Ribbon Day's the Friday, the 6th of December.
Where's that? No, well,
Just type in
Have we
White
jumped
Ribbon
the
Day.
gun?
November is White Ribbon Month, and I mean, I don't know if it's just an Australian thing, but anyway, so White Ribbon Australia.
You got it wrong. You got it
Well,
wrong.
it says here. No, anyway, whatever.
Anyway, let's
So
talk about it.
it's a group that's been put together to raise funds towards primary prevention in schools, workplaces, and communities around Australia, where men, pretty much teach young men, young boys, the right way and the etiquette, with going on in life. A nation, their vision is a nation where every woman is free from all forms of men's violence, abuse. So,
Look, it's a frightening statistic. I remember watching something on the news probably a few weeks back about domestic violence in relationships, and the amount of women that are actually killed each week it's actually staggering. Smutty, if you want to find it,
I'm looking it
around
up
something
now.
like 2 or 3 a week. It's disgusting.
the statistics are 9 women a week are killed by domestic violence.
That's mental, man.
as a result of domestic violence.
domestic-
So every 9 days, a woman.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Every 9 days, one woman
That's
dies
it.
from.
I knew it was something stupid.
So there's 1 in 2 women have experienced sexual abuse,
Okay.
emotional,
Where you getting
financial.
Where are you getting these stats?
From the White Ribbon website.
All right.
$175 million annually is the impact of family and domestic violence across Australian employers. Over 60% of women experiencing violence from a current partner are currently working as well. So, it's one of those really sad statistics. Like, I know, and we've argued this point a lot. We have argued this point a lot that domestic violence is not just men versus women.
Nah.
There are also cases of domestic violence of women that.
Oh, here you go.
know.
It says here. So it's not a man's stat or a woman's stat. It just says here it is estimated that all Australian adults, 11.3%, so that's 2.2 million Australians, had experienced violence from a partner, current or previous. 1.1 million had experienced violence from a boyfriend, girlfriend, or date. There you go. That's a lot of people, man.
That's fucking hectic.
2.2 million from their partner directly and 1.1 million from like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or date.
Look,
That's a lot of people.
it's a frightening thing. I mean, it's a bit of a rabbit hole, but long story short, my mum, when I was a younger lad, my mum was with a partner who used to beat on her, used to hit her, used to hit me. We moved away from our family here in Adelaide and actually moved over to Melbourne with him. So it was me, mum, and this bloke.
How old were you?
I would have been 9, 8,
Okay.
8,
So
9.
without your other brothers.
Yeah, without the other boys. So all the other boys were living here. We moved over to we were living in Kensington in Melbourne, and I'll still remember this. There was one night he came over. He used to like it. He was South American. He got on the sauce quite a bit, but when he got on the sauce, he was particularly nasty. And one night he come home. He'd been drinking, and he walks through the door. And Mum's just gotten home from work. She's organising dinner. She was standing in the kitchen. I was sitting at the kitchen table. I can't remember doing what. Probably fucking around doing something. And he's come home, and I turned around and said something to Mum, and the next minute he's just grabbed me and just started laying into me. He's literally thrown me across the dining room, and then I've turned around, I've looked at my mum, and I've heard Mum go, "Don't you fucking touch my boy."
At 9 years old.
At 9 years old, I've grabbed at the time I had a little Bichon, I grabbed him, his name was Benji, bolted straight across the road, and I ran to the phone box. And Kensington Road, I mean, people who live in Melbourne would know it. in Kensington. It's a main thoroughfare. It's like a 4-lane main road, and I bolted across the road and I've called the police. But the last thing I remember seeing was I remember turning around and I remember him going at my mum, and the last thing I saw was mum grab one of the kitchen knives. I'm thinking,
Oh shit!
fuck, mum's gonna poke him. So I've gone over, I've called the cops. Well, obviously, after I find out the story, he grabs my mum, throws her on the table. Now, anyone in my family knows, and I've actually got one at home. I'll show Stamati it when he comes over next. Mum used to have, do you remember the old school big, heavy glass ashtrays with all the corners?
Yeah.
Oh
Those
yeah,
big-
Every wog out.
Heavy duty wog ones,
They
yeah.
weighed like 3-4 kilos. Well, my mum's hand, when he threw her on the table, my mum's hand landed in that. She grabbed it, turned around, just cold hit him across the head. He's taken off, I'm still standing there. I didn't go back home till I saw the police because I was literally straight across my house. I went back in, mum's crying, I'm crying, and he's obviously fled the scene. Well, the copper came back and goes, oh, they've got him. It looks like he got hit twice tonight. My mum goes, well, no, I only hit him once. He goes, no, but when we grabbed him across the road, one of the other he swung at one of the boys, and one of the coppers belted him as well. The copper turned around and said to my mum, we're lucky that we're just arresting him and not you as well, Mrs. Stewart, because when mum hit him on the head, he reckons a quarter of an inch, and it would have hit him in the temple. And then
Good night.
Good night. Then you're sitting there going, it could have been a completely different story. Could have been, mum's, I'm getting beaten up, mum's cold hit the bloke and killed him. But he obviously left. He tormented us for a couple of months after that. But no, the old girl, she was a bit of a staunch one. I came to find out that ashtray wasn't the first time that ashtray had been used against one of mum's boyfriends. So mum had clocked a couple of them when they'd gotten a bit mouthy.
But see, that's the question I raised though. Like, your mum was told by police that could have been a completely different story had
Absolutely.
she connected with his temple and all that. But hang on a second, he was abusing her.
Yep.
She did that out of self-defense.
Yep.
So, that's the same as that the situation where there was a dad who got locked up for bashing a pedophile
Yep.
that he caught sexually abusing his child.
Yep.
And he's the one that got locked up for it.
But any dad would do that.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking oath they would.
Any dad would do that.
But he got locked up for it.
Yeah. Look, unlike, say, for example, in the States.
And I know the pedophile thing is a whole different story to sexual abuse.
It's a fucking different world.
No, it isn't. It isn't. But to domestic violence, I mean.
But you look at it in America. If someone kills someone because they're defending themselves, that's okay. I'm sorry, if I'm fighting for my life,
It's either you or me, mate.
and I need to, and you're trying to end my being, mate, I'm going to do the same thing to you, and it's just going to be whoever ends first. But I don't care. If that was to happen, that's where I sit there and go, okay, maybe America's rare to say. It's probably got the right decision, because if you're self-defending, if you're defending your life.
Do you want to have a laugh? Today, at work, I had a walkthrough with local enforcement, law enforcement. So I invited a few police to one of my workplaces where there's a lot of crime. And we were walking through, and as we were walking through, their radios kept going off, and police and all these different codes that they use, like 641 and 84, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've been watching this TV show on Netflix called The Rookie.
Yep.
Right?
Any good?
I love it.
It's the best.
Love
I've been watching it for a few years.
I'm halfway through the second season. Absolutely
I'm
love
trying
it.
to find something, because Yellowstone now is only week by week, so
Yeah.
I've binged
Oh,
that.
man.
I'm trying to
Man,
find
there's
something
5
else.
seasons of this, and they're about to release the 6th season.
Oh,
So
it's a goodie.
honestly, get onto it. I love it. I'm
His name,
addicted to it.
Nathan Fallon.
Yeah.
Is it like a comedy or is it like
So it's meant to be a comedy,
a
but
Brooklyn
it's,
Nine-Nine sort of vibe?
yeah, it's got its funny moments, but it's actually quite a really drama-filled
Okay.
series. But yeah, there is a lot of comedy at the beginning of each episode, light-hearted comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so I was talking to one of the main cops that was there today, the sergeant, and I go, I'm just walking through this complex with you guys. Like, there's 3 cops and me, and we're walking through this flat group, and their radios kept going off, and I'm like, oh man, I feel like I'm in an episode of The Rookie. And he laughed, and I go, have you watched The Rookie? And he goes, mate, I'll be honest with you. I work as a cop. I don't want to watch cop shows.
Yeah.
And I go, all right, fair point. And he goes, but American cops get away with so much more than what we can here in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Because the laws are so different. And I that actually struck to me, and I go, shit, so police aren't the same around the whole world.
No.
Nah, and because I listened to like the Joe Rogan podcast, and they say, okay, I don't even know where I was going with this now. Oh yeah, there's a minority of dirty cops over there.
Yep.
Like, say in a million, there might be, I don't know, a couple hundred, and then that minority just gives the whole force a bad name.
One bag of eggs splits a carton, breaks a carton,
Yeah.
It's I reckon one of the probably places I would never want to fuck with a police officer, probably like Poland or Russia or something like that.
Fuck.
Could you imagine?
No
Those
fucks
guys
given,
would be
mate.
fucking gorillas.
Does
man.
Russia even have police?
Who
Aren't
cares?
they all KGB?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either way, I would not be fucking stepping out of line. You wouldn't see like a 16-year-old kid in say friggin' Davern Park getting lippy with a police officer over in those sorts of countries, because they just belt them. They actually don't care.
Then you go to Greece, and if you cause a crime, the police officer will lock you up and give you a nuzo.
Really?
No.
Well, actually, I'm sitting there going, I'm about to go rob 16 banks and get drunk while doing it. But I had a friend of mine, he was in, this is going back quite a few years, a mate of mine was in Mexico and just got a little bit out of control.
Get it.
But ended up getting arrested. And the only way the boys could get him out was to literally bribe the police.
Yeah.
He bribed them, bang, out, done.
Yeah, places like Mexico, Colombia, all those places, all the police are bought by the drug cartels.
Yeah.
Right, that's a different story, man. There's no clean cops in those countries.
Oh, there would be clean ones, but you'd say a lot of them would be compromised.
Yeah.
A lot of them would be compromised.
Just back to the domestic violence. Australia ranks 8th in the world.
In the world.
Considering our population, that's huge,
per
man.
capita. Among the G20 nations, Australia ranks 8th for domestic violence against women, according to the OECD.
What's it stand for?
So what's America would be at the top?
Oh, okay. There was no...
Let's go ranking.
Let's have a look at ranking.
You knew this question was coming. Why weren't you prepared?
I should have.
Can you Google it? And I'd love to see your Google
Like, we're
searches
trying to
after
keep
this.
an episode under an hour, and you're just you're delaying shit.
Okay. Global region. What is Australia? Okay, let's go here. Well, anyway, you guys can keep talking while I'm looking for this.
I've got a feeling that I reckon I could Google it on my phone
Quicker.
than this bloke.
Oh well, look, I'm not gonna put you guys to the test. So you're out of.
Here we go.
Yeah, all right, go.
The 14 countries with the highest amount of intimate partner violence
Yep.
in the past year, ranging from 25% to 36%, were the Democratic Republic of the Congo,
Yeah, I was going to say some of the African nations would be up there.
Afghanistan, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, where
A
are
lot
we?
of the Pacific Islands
Zimbabwe,
there.
Ethiopia, Liberia, South Sudan.
That's a lot more than 8. I thought we
what's
were
going
8.
on? Yeah. Anyway, so there's they're all over the world, mate. They're everywhere. The group of the lowest. Anyway.
Yeah. But still, I mean, look, and obviously there's not just violence against women, but there's also violence against men.
There's just violence in the household.
Mate, it's out of control. And I mean, if you can't...
But like I look back in my life, right? And I look back at my parents growing up, and there were moments where my mum and dad would get into these big tiffs, like these big, massive arguments, and I'd be sitting at the kitchen eating my fuck yes, and I'm waiting for a reaction, but you did not give me.
I'm sitting there going, I'm wondering what the fuck
It's
yes
just
is.
Greeks, man. Don't take it personally.
Greek lentil soup.
Oh, best.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. That's what it's not rude. Anyway, and I'm sitting there, in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden my dad just loses his shit about how hot the soup was or something like that. And they fucking get into this verbal argument. Yeah. And it's my mum that ends up like throwing him the fucking saucepan and covering it, right? And it's like then it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
And like I'm the first to say that I disagree and would never ever violently hurt a woman in any way like that. But
I'd be scared
I grew
of
up in a
retaliation.
household where you look at it today and you go, "Fuck, that was domestic violence." Well, was it domestic violence? It's not like they were bashing each other. They were getting into these verbal arguments. And we all get into verbal arguments.
I was having a conversation on a different subject about that today of, back when we were kids, you know what I mean? Like, back when we were kids, we didn't get given an option from our parents. Would you like to do this, or do you want to eat this or this, or do you want to do this or this? And you see parents negotiating with 4-year-old terrorists.
Oh, man.
We didn't have that option. It was...
This is what I'm cooking.
Hey.
This is what you're eating.
No.
No shit.
Get up, go over there, and sit down.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, mate, you got the wooden spoon, you got a spatula, you got a bloody belt. It didn't matter what it was, but you got disciplined. But now it's like you're almost too scared to do that because of.
Do you know the one thing that my pet hate at the moment at home, right, is I'm sitting on the couch with the boys.
Yep.
Right. I'll get up and I'll go get myself a glass of water or something from the fridge. And then my son, and at this stage, my wife is like, in the front room, doing her own thing, folding, fuck knows, whatever, like doing something, the housework stuff, right?
Yep.
I'm sitting on the couch with the boys. I'm at the fridge. Mom,
Yeah, Dad does not exist.
Mom, can you get me a glass of water?
Dad's there.
And I just turn around and go, are you serious? I'm right here, man. I'm literally right here at the fridge.
They actually having a dinner tonight. Like I said to Dimitri, like I got up, Katrina was consoling Theodore, and I was having dinner with Dimitri, and I get up to go get myself a glass of water, and I said, Dimitri, do you want a glass of water? And he said, no. I'm like, okay. So I sat back down. And then he just walks over to the fridge and I'm like, Dimitri, within 10 seconds, I go, I just asked you. He goes, well, I wasn't going to ask Mum because she was like, because Theodore was losing his marbles.
Good boy.
And I just thought I'd get it myself. I said, well, I literally just went to the fridge and asked you.
Oh, it happens all the time. I'm sitting there making my breakfast and then I'm like, boys, can I make you some breakfast? Like, what would you like to eat? Toast or do you want a bowl of cereal? No, we're not hungry, Dad. We're not hungry. I'm like, all right, well, let me know when you're hungry.
As soon as Mum gets up.
Literally 5 seconds later, Stav walks into the room. Mum, we're hungry. Can we have some breakfast?
Stav looks at you like, can't you feed your own fucking kids?
Yeah. And then I'm the one that gets looked at and she's like, what the hell do you do around the house? I'm like, are you shitting me now? Like,
Nah, you know what? My
You
number
just
one.
missed the
I
conversation.
don't get into. Do you know
Nah,
what?
number one hate. My number one is when we go to bed. I'll go, and as I lie down, couldn't you get me a glass of water?
Can you put the fan on?
No, it's I can do it from my phone. I'm that guy. Anyway. No, she goes, could you not get me a glass of water? I'm like, you couldn't ask me when I was walking to the bed? Now I'm going to get up and walk down and go get it.
I think, like, do you know what though? I had a bit of a, I call them a light bulb moment, where you sit there and go, you know what? Marissa and I just a couple of Fridays ago we celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Condolences.
All right, that's what most people think. You know, oh, fuck, mate, you've been together for 10 years.
Get less than
Da-da-da.
later.
Yeah, but like I sit there and go, if I look back at that first year, that first 2 years, those 3 years,
Period.
do you know what? We used to do dinner dates, and do you know what? Like, yes, we're parents now, and our life's changed, but Marissa likes to send me those things on Instagram, those cute things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
and you know what? Sometimes I'll have a look through and flick through them, but you know what? I watched one the other day and I went, fuck! It actually hit me. I went, you know what? Like it said things like you should never go to bed angry
No.
with your wife.
No.
Right? You should never sleep on the couch.
Yep.
All right? Mate, I'm going to tell you 150%. I've had arguments with my wife where I've gone and slept on that couch.
No.
And then I've waited for her to fall asleep and then I crawl back into bed because my bed's way more comfy. Right? But you know what I mean? Like, and as a husband, I sat there and I went, fucking hell. You know, we've been together 10 years. We've got two beautiful boys now, you know, and I sit there and I go, look, what am I looking? The person I look up to when it comes to relationships, you know, are a couple of my brothers. You know, one's been married 33 years. He's just had his 33-year wedding anniversary. Another's been married for 25 plus years. You know, but I sit there and I go, what I do in my relationship with Marissa, my boys are gonna go, well, that's how my mum and dad were.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're gonna kind of emulate that as well.
Yeah, and that goes back to the whole,
What we were talking about last week.
yeah, that, and also what we were talking about earlier with the way that boys learn how to treat women all starts from the men in their lives.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, and if you are going to be surrounded by a douchebag
Father.
father,
Yeah, well, you're going to become a douchebag.
then you're going to become a douchebag too, and that's unfortunate.
But that's not true. Because
Well, not all the time.
Hey, let me tell you that some of the father figures I had that mum dated, mate, I'm surprised I wasn't a complete train wreck.
But let me just ask you this though. Is it because you knew they weren't your dad?
I don't know.
Did that play a big role in it?
No, look, there was a lot of them that I kind of looked up to that as that father figure. But no, yes and no. Like, I had, as I said, probably I got, if I look at my two brothers, right? Both of their marriages are completely different. And both of them, I look at them, but they've stuck it through with each other, you know what I mean? And I sit there and go, again, like that's where I kind of got some of my relationship advice. But like, I say to my wife all the time, I go, I was in relationships obviously before we met her, before I met her, and I will honestly say I was an arsehole in some of those relationships. Some of those relationships, they were arseholes, right? But it was, for me, right place, right time, right person. We hit each other at the right point of time in our lives to be together. Mm-hmm. And coming back to that message I was talking about before, so they went, fuck, do you know what? It's like, you should go for date night once a week. Look, we know as parents that's absolutely not practical. But at least once a month, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sit there and go, as much as I break her balls and she breaks mine, Ben, you could do more of this. honey, I've been at work all day. Why haven't you done this? You know, just snide bullshit like that. I sit there and go, you know what? She probably deserves a night out for a week away from the kids because she's been doing it hard with a 3.5-year-old who's just on friggin'. He's.
Tell us how you really feel, mate.
I love my son. He is the most beautiful little cherub in this world, right? Look, I'm talking about my 3.5-year-old. However, mate, he is on from the second his eyes open to the minute his eyes go to sleep.
He tests you, eh?
Oh, he
Constant crack.
No. He tests me hard. Like, you know that kid that when you sit there and go, do not touch it. Like, you will explicitly tell him 37 times, do not do it.
At least he'll look in the eye. And
He then looks you in the eye and does it.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I go, I remember my mum turning around years ago and going, you know, I hope you get one just like you. I was like, I wasn't a bad kid, but I used to do the same shit. I'm sitting there going, fuck, I'm getting paid back for it now. That poor kid's ears, though, are so red. And this is what we were talking about before. You know, like, I should be able to discipline my child how I want, when I want. It's my child. I don't care. You know, keep your opinions, keep your... I will discipline my child the way I see fit. And one thing that frustrates me is when you see if someone wants to put their two bobs in with it. Do you know what? How you discipline your child is going to be the way you discipline yours.
Yeah.
I plan on disciplining my child this way, and this is the way I'm going down. You can do the way you want, but if I want to, mate, if he's naughty, mate, let me tell you, I'll pick him up, I'll smack him on the ass, and I'll put him in a naughty chair. You go, you've done wrong here. The fact that he sits there and swings his legs and smiles and laughs at me afterwards, that's a different fact.
Yeah. You know,
I'm not going to even get into the way my kids are when I discipline them. Now, I don't. You know, to get physical, but I get vocal.
Oh, I get vocal.
And
very colourful, eh?
Mate,
You get colourful?
I do get a bit colourful.
get
Sometimes when the frustration hits the roof, I actually get so colourful that I message my neighbours and go, I'm sorry if you heard that.
yeah.
Because I don't want child services knocking on my door.
Well,
But
Has your wife ever had to like restrain you and say, you can't speak to the kids like that?
yeah. No,
you know-
after the fact.
do you know-
After the fact.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that.
I actually believe that my wife has, when she gets vocal, is worse than me.
Really?
Oh, wow.
But she has to be at real breaking point,
Yeah.
and my kids can take her there very quickly.
It's funny
Very
that...
quickly.
I can't see that sort of stuff.
Oh no, I can't either.
But,
But I do. I
as
experience it.
a dad, you do get to that tone of voice where you've had enough.
And they know.
But you know what? I found that tone of voice. I just use it straight away now. I don't even bother with the, hey, mate, you shouldn't be doing that. Da, da, da.
So I'll give you a very quick example, right? Yesterday we went to my in-laws for dinner, right? And for some absolute bizarre fucking reason, my kids always misbehave when they're at their grandparents' house, right?
So you
They
look
can
like
get
But-
away with it. They
you
can
look
get
like
away
a
with it.
shit parent.
When Stav and I are there, they are fucking monkeys. They are total bonkers.
Yeah.
But apparently, when we're not there, they're the angels. They're beautiful little kids. The grandparents
I
love
think
them.
in-laws are just trying to be nice.
It's a night. Anyway, so last night we were trying to have dinner. At the same fucking time, I'm trying to watch the Vegas Grand Prix.
Yep.
Because it was at a ridiculously great time of 4:30 p.m.
I didn't even realise that, by the way.
Yeah,
We'll come back to
we'll get into that in a sec. But anyway, so that. And then I had the kids. They have a bite of their food, then they go and start running chaos.
Sugar hit.
And it gets to the point where it's like, okay, do I say something? Don't I say something? I'm at my in-laws. I can't really discipline them. It's not my house, but they are my kids. Should I say something? Then it's like my wife speaks up and goes, can you talk to your children?
They're your children when they fuck up. Eh?
Yeah.
Can you talk to your children because they are being absolute assholes? And I'm like, all right, you know what? That's now my go time.
Yeah.
So I get up and I say, boys,
Lights out. Lights out.
sit down and stop being wallies. Now, this is me being calm. sit down
Wallies.
and stop being Wallies. This is ridiculous, and you are embarrassing yourselves at your yarn bubble's house. Nah. Don't talk back to me like that. Sit down and stop being idiots. So I've now changed from
want to,
Wallies
Dad.
to idiots.
I don't want to, Dad.
And then the older one goes, but it's all Thanas's fault. How is it Thanas's fault when you're over there and he's 6 meters away from you? How is it and then the little one starts screaming, no, it's James's fault. So then now they're getting into verbal arguments, and I'm trying to keep my cool.
And watch the and watch the GP. At the same time.
The
Grand Prix.
I've put that to the side for the second, right? Anyway, so I'm like, boys, please stop. Okay, this is your final warning before I rip up your books. Now they both got brand new books yesterday from the city. We went to the city, and they got brand new books. And James loves his books, and Thanasi got a Pokemon book too. So that were
you take it like how you started this disciplinary action with your kids.
You've done well.
Yeah.
Wait.
I would have lost it from ages ago.
Wait. Okay, wait.
I'm not patient.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm like, please, final warning, or I'm going to take your books. I did not even get the chance to turn around.
Oh, it was on.
And Thanasi threw his book at James.
Yes.
And I turn around and I go, right. And this is me now. This is me
Trying to keep it lit off.
trying to keep my calm because my in-laws were literally 7 meters away from me,
they're watching
right?
you.
And they were watching what's going on. But I'm facing my kids. So
You feel like you're going to get judged.
I was
too.
like under my breath going, right, you fucking little shits
you're shaking.
are going to fucking cop it right now. That's it. You're done. And then I speak up. Right, give me your books. Nah. Give me your books. Nah. Give me your damn books.
There's that voice.
There's
Right?
the
There's the voice.
There it is.
And now I'm at the top. Like I'm trying to not swear in front of my in-laws. I'm like, give me your damn books.
Was saliva coming out?
When I'm getting to that point now, my little one, right, starts becoming cheeky. The older one's like, okay, I think he means business, now. But the little one is like, yeah, fuck this big boy. Like, let's
go, bros. Let's go.
I've come here to fuck shit up,
Come on.
So it's like,
He's like, I dare you.
yeah. So
He's like, no, you won't.
James, being the softie, gives me the book.
Yeah.
And the little one takes his book and he fucking runs off.
Oh,
He runs off,
Best.
right? And I'm like,
and is he laughing?
oh yeah.
Oh, so he thinks
he's
he's
loving
taking the
life.
piss.
He's loving life.
He knows the game of chase is on.
So I had no choice but to try and threaten them. And I started pretending to rip James's book. Now, poor James has
He's like-
given me his book.
He's like, I've done the right thing.
I've done right there.
right? And then James is hanging off my leg. No, you can't do that, Rala. You can't do that. Anyway, I grabbed Thanasi, and I'm like, okay, well, Thanasi's run off, but what else can I do? And he had his brand new Crocs with all his gibbets and gibbets or whatever they're called on the floor. So I took
You
them.
want him to feel pain
And
now.
I go, you are done. You're done. And I started taking off his gibbets. He lost it. You can't do that. Yes, I can.
Watch me.
And I took another one off. He goes, no, you can't do that. And I go, I did, and I will do it again. So I'm just like, full Godfather style now. In the
As
back of my
dads,
head, I've
we
got Tarantella playing, and I'm pulling it apart. I got to 4. There was like 8 gibbets on it.
Jeez.
I took off 4, his favourite ones, the Pokemon ones.
You're done.
And he just looks at me and he goes, fine, and gives me his book,
You think this is a trade?
right?
Mate, you're
He
done.
gives me his
You're
book,
done.
and I go, I don't want your book now.
I would have kept the
I
giblets.
don't want your book now.
Keep the giblets.
So I took the remaining 4 gibbets off and I gave him back his plain plain,
Oh, how could you do that?
right? His plain croc,
You're evil.
right? I hate you, Dad. I hate you.
That's the result you want.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You can hate me all you want.
Yeah. But
You have upset me tonight,
but you will listen.
right? So he sat on the couch for the rest of the night. I went back, finished my meal, had the Grand Prix on one side of the table, speaking to my father-in-law on the other side of the table.
You're playing with
Right.
With the giblets. Like
I've got the
good boy
giblets
Lloyd,
in
mate.
my
That's it.
pocket, and then I feel a hand trying to reach into my
Oh,
pocket.
best.
Oh, did you give him the John Jones elbow?
Oh, mate,
I would have
mate,
just done.
I pretend.
Ta-da.
So, look, I feel bad about it. He does have a black eye this morning.
I got the back end of it.
But he put his hand in my pocket, and I just I didn't purposely put my elbow back.
Sure you did.
But I went to like slap his hand out of my pocket, not knowing his head was so close to my body, and I fucking hit him in the head.
Yeah, I had that same thing yesterday with Luca. He was just being cheeky, you know. He'll run inside and then lock the door because he's starting to lock doors. So now, you know, you're going to have a spare key somewhere, da, 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 da. But he's locked the back door, but then he's unlocked it. And I'm like leaning on it, and then he stands there and kind of jars the door. I'm like, mate, you're big for 3.5-year-old, but you're not your dad big, all right? So I've just given the door a gentle nudge. Bang, the brand new door handle smacked him in the mouth. He's bleeding from the mouth. My wife's come out.
She's losing.
What
have you done?
You know, he's covered in bloody blood, sticky from ice cream and everything. Get in the shower.
It looks worse than what it is.
Yeah, it looks worse than what it is. And you know, I felt bad for him for a couple of minutes, but I sat there and you know, as evil as it is, I thought, you know how many times it's been times where I just wanted to give you that scat and I couldn't. I just wanted to give him that little.
He got what he deserved.
He just got what he deserved for once. You know what I mean? Like Marissa's knows. I'm probably a little bit harsh with him, but he's the kid. You can absolutely tell. I'm petrified of the fact. Like I've had to, you know, security safety latches where you can padlock. I've had to do that to my sheds because he figured out how to unlock them and open them. So I've had to put them up high and just put like Caribbeans on them, so that way I can just snap them on and off. Because he got a hold of spray paint and decided to spray paint the water tank. But the one that terrified me the most was I get these jet lighters for when I like to go fishing. You know, if it's windy, you want to be able to light your smoke. Well, he's gotten a hold of the jet lighter and he started to torch his bike, his slippery dip, his swing. And Marissa keeps screaming and going, you can't leave it out there. And I sit there going, look, I understand that.
You're an arsonist.
Then I
hands,
decided to lock it up. So Luca's look, he's a beautiful kid. Like he will come up and he'll just throw his arms around you and go, I love you, Dad. Like out of the blue. Like no reason. He'll just come up, love you, Dad. And I don't get any affection from my son. He's like a cat. He only gives you affection when he wants it. Right?
Yeah,
But
there's
to
always
his-
a follow-up.
But to his mum, let me tell you, to his mum, mate, if he's naughty, she'll give him a smack on the bum. He'll cry. And I'll go, come here, mate, come here. He'll go, no, I want my mummy. Oh, that's the one who's just disciplined you. She's the one who's just yelled at you, bro.
Yeah, see,
Look,
The power of the mum. The
Mummy's
power
boy.
of the mum.
I got Theodore at the moment saying, "Oh fuck's sake,
Oh,
at
best.
2." And he's obviously getting it from me,
Yeah.
but he uses it correctly.
In the correct term.
Like he'll drop his bear. Oh fuck's sake. Or he'll like he's got like so we're
And you can't laugh.
no
cannot
like,
laugh.
inside I'm dying.
Yeah.
But I'm like no, go no.
Yeah.
And he's like no
Yeah.
like this.
Folds the arms.
Does the arm fold and the foot stop?
Yeah.
Oh, and because Katrina's got these like at her work they do like the those stress ball things.
Yeah.
And she got like I don't know 10 of them. She brought them home for the boys, to
Yeah.
play around with. And she calls me today because she was working from home, and she goes, "Oh, he rolled one of the balls under the table." And he's like, "Oh, fuck's sake!" I'm like, I'm gonna stop
The wife
saying that.
knows.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, do you know
I'm
what,
done.
though?
I'm done now.
Yeah, you know what though? Like, as soon as my wife, because let's be honest, I think tonight we may, if we were charged $1 for each curse word, we would have raised at least 10 grand by now.
Yeah.
Do you know what the biggest saying in my house at the moment is?
What?
When the boys get real angry at each other.
What?
You're a fucking bitch.
That's even better. How old are your two boys?
8 and 6.
I can't wait because my two boys are going to be sharing a room. So I can't wait to hear the shit going down in this one room. It's going to be the
far out,
best. I'm
you
going to build
fucking
a cage
bitch.
for him and let him just go.
But the thing is, I never use the word bitch at work, at
Where are
home.
you hearing it?
really?
So I don't know where they've heard bitch from.
YouTube.
But yeah,
Have you heard the new regulations on social media as of next year?
Oh, yeah.
under 16-year-olds can't have social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to police that. But
I'm now 18. All of a sudden, I may be 14, but I'm now 18. Tick the box.
yeah. But I think how they could probably police it, like, you know, how if something goes on Facebook, like you post something and it violates their whatever,
Yeah.
do you think maybe that's how they'll catch on?
Nah, because you know what? I actually found a couple of I've used it for a long time, but I've never really proactively used it a lot. But X, I start to use X. I've used X a lot more lately. Yeah. Right? And there's this guy, he's called Steve Berman.
Yeah.
Right? And he just does, he's like an Aussie man type comedy. Right? Where he just commentates on fucked situations. But mate, let me tell you, some of the situations, it's people getting shot. It's people getting murked. Like,
wow.
gone.
Okay.
He's like, mate, this bloke just fucking met the Teflon hero. Mate, you will sit down and you will not get up. And I'm sitting there going, I'm looking at it, but I'm watching this video going, oh, I've literally just watched some bloke get fucking murdered.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sitting there going, mate, Twitter is completely off the rails now that, or not Twitter, X, is completely off the rails now that Elon's got it. What I then heard was one of the news stations in America is up for sale, MSNBC.
Oh yeah.
Is it really?
It is.
Okay.
Now, wouldn't it be fucking funny if I saw Donald Trump Jr. tweet Elon Musk going, hey, MSNBC's up for sale. Want to go halves? Like, I'm sitting there going, mate, it'd be nice to be able to joke about buying one of the biggest television studios in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I saw that.
Yeah.
And you know what I laughed about? I don't
Probably
know.
will buy it.
I don't know if you ever watched an Apple TV series called Morning Wars with Jennifer Aniston.
No.
No. Okay. So there was a TV show called Morning Wars, and it was based on your morning breakfast shows and news reporting in America, right? And one of the seasons was about this billionaire guy that invested in rockets and spaceships and like an inventor type guy.
Sounds like
billionaire. That exactly. So it was like a
parody.
A parody of Elon.
Yeah.
And in one of the seasons, he was buying that network out to save it from going under.
Yeah.
And then I saw that tweet and I go, oh my God, this completely reminds me of that show, but it's in real life now.
I
The
love Elon.
Simpsons?
I love Elon Musk. He's a fucking gremlin.
Yeah, he's a
He
lad.
just is. He's a good lad.
You watch America next year, once Trump takes over the administration, you watch.
Do you
when
think it's
he
a bad
comes
or
in-
a good thing?
Good thing.
I think it's a great thing.
I think it's an amazing
I
thing.
think he's going to fix up America. But to bring in someone like Elon as the Department of Efficiency, is it?
Something
Government efficiency?
And old mate Kennedy there for the health.
Yeah. But what's it? Dodge. That's what it's called, Dodge.
What?
Department of Government Efficiency.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's what he's...
Dogecoin.
No, well, isn't Dogecoin his? Like, didn't Elon's company create Dogecoin?
No, he endorsed it.
Oh, he endorsed it.
Can you stop touching the stand?
Can't help it.
Because it's like in my ear. Like it's like,
It is, yeah.
My apologies there, Smarty. I thought I'd see how long it took.
All right, listen. I think we've talked enough Malakias.
yeah.
Let's
Let's talk now, big Malak.
let's move into
This is
This is Blokes T.
All right. Where are we starting?
We'll start with our tips.
Okay. So,
Oh, you got them on the paper?
yeah, we go. I've got old school. So,
All right.
at the beginning of last weekend, Stan was on 6, Val was on 4.
All right, let's
Okay.
get the...
Now, I've got it here. It's okay. So,
Yeah, but I feel like this is... I like doing this.
shut up.
Can I just read
All
it
right.
out?
Okay, go.
Thank you.
Go.
All right. So, I had... No, I can't remember what I had.
You
but-
just
Okay.
say the
know,
game.
you
You
just-
just say the game.
Leicester 1, Chelsea 2.
Malaka, just say the teams that played, and I'll tell you the result.
No, I like doing this.
Okay. Anyway, so you had Chelsea, I had Chelsea. We both got that one.
Okay. Fulham and Wolves.
Yep. So we both had Fulham.
Okay, we got
Wolves
done
won
there.
that one.
Everton and Brentford. I
Um,
said draw. Did I say draw?
no.
Oh.
So you said Brentford. I said Brentford. It ended up in a draw.
Okay. Arsenal and Forest.
So we both said Arsenal. You said 2-0. I said 1-0. Combined, it was 3-0.
Okay.
So we don't win the extra point there.
All right. Bournemouth and Brighton.
We both had Brighton.
Okay.
And Brighton won.
Aston Villa, Crystal Palace.
So we both had Villa, and that was a draw.
Draw.
Here's the big one.
And you know what? I'm happy to get this wrong.
But we didn't both have it.
City and Tottenham.
And I had Tottenham.
I can't believe you had Tottenham.
Yeah, and I even have proof of that of the last week's episode.
wow.
I chose Tottenham. I said, nah, you know what? Fuck it. For a laugh, I'm going to go Tottenham. And Tottenham fucking kicked City's ass 4-0. What the hell? At Etihad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Next, Southampton, Liverpool.
Southampton, Liverpool.
We both had Liverpool. Now, this is the trick question one, right? Because Ipswich played Man United. And I originally did say Ipswich. Remember, I put it in brackets,
Draw.
right? So
No.
No. So you said Man U. And then I said, oh, you know what? For a laugh, I'm going to go Ipswich. And then I thought about it and I go, hang on a second.
They're on
New
the bottom.
manager at home.
No, they're away. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, it was at Ipswich's home ground.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, and I'm like, yeah, nah, you know what? I reckon I'm going to change my tip to Man U, but I want you to know that I did originally
That's
say
right.
Ipswich.
Yeah.
Ended up in a draw.
Yeah.
So do I technically get at least half a point there?
I'll give him half a point.
Give him a half point.
Yeah. Oh, is that a final decision?
Give you half a point.
All right. Okay.
All right.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
And,
then the last game is
hasn't
yet to
played yet.
play. So
Now,
up
what do we pick for Tottenham, for Newcastle and West Ham?
we both picked Newcastle.
Okay. Wasn't there a game that I picked a draw?
Not this week. No, that was last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Last
right.
week you
Okay.
got the draw correct. So, having said that, you would end up on 10 and I would end up on 9.5 pending on tomorrow's
Oh, the
pick.
comeback.
Right. Now, I don't have a pen on me. Do you have a pen?
Yeah.
You have a computer.
You don't have a pen.
I'm working with dinosaurs, boys. You got a computer. Open up a notepad.
You know what? Sometimes in life, I just want to be old school. Is that okay?
He can't just write it on his fucking phone. If he had a Samsung, he would have had a stylus.
Samsung Notes.
Well, I have and I stuff my. There we go. I have a stylus on my iPad. All right, so don't be a dickhead. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna do this. What's that?
It's a stylus. That just
look at that.
Shove it.
Oh, it just comes
Oh,
out.
shove
All
it
right.
right back in
Here
my
we
phone.
go. Here we go. Okay, let's
All
go.
right, we got
So,
Brighton, Southampton.
yep.
It's at Brighton. I will go Southampton.
Fuck, that's a big call.
Well, you took it to fucking Liverpool.
We did take it to Liverpool, but fuck, I just don't like Liverpool. They take
what
all
did
of our
Brighton
good
do?
players and they're just scours of scum.
Brighton last week, they won against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I'm a Saints supporter, and I'm not even backing the Saints.
Maybe I might go draw. You know what? I'll go draw. I'll put it in brackets.
Put it in brackets.
All right. Who you going for?
I'm going Brighton.
Okay.
Yep. Next one, Wolves, Bournemouth. I'm going to go Wolves.
I'll go Bournemouth.
Okay. Wolves at home.
Oh, yeah, they are at home.
Anyway, all right, next.
Crystal Palace, Newcastle. Newcastle for me.
Yep, me too.
Forest, Ipswich. I'll go Forest.
Yep.
Who you going?
Yep, Forest.
Forest. Brentford and Leicester. I will go. Ooh, that's a tricky one. What did Leicester do? I'm going to go draw. You?
Brentford draw, is that what you said?
Yep.
Brentford, Leicester draw.
Yep.
I'm going Brentford.
Okay. West Ham and Arsenal.
Okay. So,
I'll go Arsenal.
yeah, I'm going to go Arsenal, and I'm going to go 2-1.
I'll go 2-0.
There is absolutely no way. Oh, sorry. I was just personally having a look and going, there is zero chance of Southampton drawing or even coming remotely close to Brighton.
Why is that?
Well, to be honest, it's the first time I've actually bothered to look at the ladder. And how the fuck are Brighton fifth?
They're having a good.
Where's Southampton?
Second to last.
No. We're officially on the bottom now. We're happy they're in 20th spot.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to change that.
No, too late now.
Oh,
Too
bullshit.
late now.
I'm changing it.
You've put it down. No, Benny.
I know. I just thought I'd rub that in because you've got half a game gap that you need to
I want
call
Brighton.
back.
Go back.
Nah, you can't. It's
I
been
can.
said. It's
Yeah,
been
it's-
done.
it's-
You
we're
haven't
already
submitted.
past
It's
it.
not
It's
submitted.
submitted.
We
It
haven't.
is.
We haven't finished all
The second it came off your lips, it was submitted. And you know what? I even second.
He changed one thing
No,
last
hang
week.
hang on.
What?
That was in the moment. we were still on that game.
I will
We
adjudicate
were
it.
still on that game when
I
I
will
changed my decision.
I'm adjudicating it. And
We
Stamati,
now have moved on 5 games from that decision.
Chelsea, Aston Villa.
your
Chelsea,
tip stands.
Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Stamati, please don't look so upset, bro.
Here you go.
Yeah, I'm going Chelsea too.
Tottenham and Fulham.
See, this one excites me a bit
Spurs
because
have got this, man.
you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon they're the win against the big teams, but
Lose against the
completely
shit
crash against the shit teams.
Yeah.
But I'm going Tottenham too.
Okay. Man U, Everton. Man U.
Oh,
at Old
definitely
Trafford.
United.
At Old
Yeah,
Trafford.
definitely United.
Here's the big one.
Liverpool.
Liverpool and City.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Liverpool at home. Pff. Yeah.
Liverpool.
I'd go with a draw on that one.
No.
After the way I see Southampton did okay against.
You know what?
No, you know what?
To be different, I'm going to
City-
go draw.
No, City will not lose 6 in a row. They've lost 5 in a row.
Fuck.
They have in all comps.
Yeah, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose. It will be a draw. It will be a draw.
So draw.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's our EPL wrap for the week.
All right.
On to bigger and better things.
Right. So Las Vegas
Now,
Grand Prix.
Just before you go to Vegas, can I just rewind a week because I didn't get to be here last week.
okay, that's fair.
Right.
Yes, we all know Stroll is a malacca.
Stroll is, mate. How the fuck do you beat yourself?
Yeah.
And
But
then
even if you're not
On
an
a
F1
formation lap.
and then further
Yeah.
beat yourself.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, you don't have to be an F1 driver to realize that you're driving on the road with an F1 car.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yes, last time I checked.
Right? You are scraping on the gravel, yes? On the bitumen, right?
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen when you go on gravel?
And it's wet.
What do you think is going to happen?
Like,
Malaka. His old man, right? He must be rolling.
Even his old man would have looked at him and gone,
what the
like I would with my son walking out from the toilet with his pants around his ankles, and he just goes, "Daddy, I did a caca." I reckon that's what Stroll did in that car
You reckon?
in Brazil. Like, you couldn't be that bad. Do you know what? You know who the worst driver in Formula One was? What was his name? Mazepin. Mazaspin. Mate, the bloke would spin out every 30 seconds.
Nah,
Stroll's fucking way worse than this bloke.
Stroll's worse.
He is so much worse.
Like-
I've seen like C-grade drivers. I've seen guys that are driving Hyundai Excels on the weekend pick better lines and make better decisions than this fuckwit, and he's in the top echelon of the sport.
Like-
Yes, because of his dad, but he's still a fucking wanker.
But I love all those skits with Stroll.
Oh, the best.
And like he's trying to say about, some people don't deserve to be here, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to buy your way through the sport. And it's like,
Mate, are you fucking kidding me?
are you talking about yourself, mate? Like, are you talking about yourself? Like, is that what you're trying to refer to yourself third person?
My favorite ever Stroll quote was when he rammed Ricardo right up the arse and said, "The idiot in front of me put on his brakes."
Brake check me. It's like, you just
No,
dumb.
no. I remember him doubting whether Mick Schumacher, Michael's son, could drive. Now, Mick was driving for Haas at the time. Not a great team. I mean, fucking excellent team principal. Gunther Steiner was the best. He was very, very.
You know he's coming to Adelaide?
Yeah.
Yeah, to do a live talk.
Yeah.
You
Well, I want to go.
You wanna go?
$150 for
When?
second tier tickets.
When is it?
Friday the 6th of March.
What will be on around there?
No, so it's the week before the Australian Grand Prix.
No, I'm not. I can't go.
Why?
I'm going to be on a cruise.
Are you? Valandi, do you want to go as my
Let's
date? All right.
Hold on.
Let's go. Because he would be so good to watch.
Can we get photos with him and send them to Stamati?
Hold
It
on a
is
sec.
$600 to sit right up the front and get VIP package.
I'd pay that.
Meet and
I'd
greet.
pay that though.
Hold on a sec.
It's Gunther Steiner.
All right, let's do it.
I'd ask him to tell me to go fuck myself. But you did say it's in March. I will reconfirm because March is a busy month.
Hold on.
Why?
I just want to see if I'm back.
I'm down for it. Mate, if I could get him to record on our podcast and go,
Oh, I get back on the 7th.
Do you? What a fucking shame. That'd be fucking terrible.
can you imagine him going, oh, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
those two blokes in the pod.
I would rather enjoy that. But you know what? You know who I do look forward to seeing
Wait, is he coming
every
out- he's
single
coming to
year
Adelaide?
as well?
Yeah. Yeah, convention centre.
Valtteri. Valtteri comes to Adelaide every year. It's like Santa.
He's here during his breaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
His missus is in
But
Adelaide.
he could go to Monaco. He could go to fucking Finland. He could go to Sweden. He could go
Yeah, but
anywhere
his
that's
girlfriend's from Adelaide.
his girlfriend's from KI. It's not quite Adelaide. It's Kangaroo Island. They're a little bit
All
different
right,
over
still
there.
South Australia, isn't
But
it?
let me tell you, he loves. Mate, if there is an Australian driver on the grid, and it's not Daniel Rick, it's Valtteri Bottas.
The mullet.
I know. I like Liam Lawson though, right? Regardless of what happened, I like the way Liam Lawson's been given shtick to Sergio Perez, to actually fucking everyone on the
Oh,
grid.
don't mention that name, man. If there's two names you do not talk about in this podcast, it's fucking Stroll,
Yep.
the Malacca,
Stroll the Malacca.
and Sergio fucking Perez.
Also said Malacca, but again, he may not be there next year.
Who do you think the driver of the day was?
Where?
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
As
At
much as
Vegas.
as much as
Oh,
I
shit,
fucking
yeah.
hate the bloke, Can't stand him. I'm fucking over him.
Man, he struggled in qualifying, right?
He actually got the fastest time. Did you know that?
In the race.
No. In qualifying, Q1 was the
Yeah,
best
in
time.
Q1.
Like for
Yeah, and then he bombed out and he ended up in 10th on
what happened
Q3.
there.
But for him to work from Q3 up to P3, brilliant. Brilliant drive.
P2.
P2.
From
Brilliant
P10
drive.
from P10
Brilliant
P2.
drive.
Look,
What happened with
Can I say I was very ecstatic. I was very, very happy. Even though not my favorite driver, but I was very happy that Verstappen won the championship.
yeah.
Because as much as I am and always have been a McLaren fan, I just don't like the attitude of Lando. I cannot stand Lando's attitude.
To see Zach Brown, I'll put it in our group chat that we've got. Zach Brown went up to Max afterwards, and Max said, he goes, "You only thought because I had the fastest cars, but your guys' cars are a lot quicker than ours."
Yeah, well, this year he hasn't had the fastest car and he still won the
He's
championship.
a fucking, you know what?
he's elite.
There's generational drivers, and like Hamilton, to me, Hamilton only won because Hamilton was with Mercedes, right? They were by far they fucking destroyed everyone,
They were the cream of the crop.
right?
Every team gets their time.
However, he got challenged by who was it before Valtteri? It was what was his name?
Rosberg.
Nico Rosberg. I fucking love Nico Rosberg.
Oh, wins the championship.
Wins the
and
championship,
then
goes, "You know what?
retires.
You know what? Fuck
Done.
you. I'm not going to give you an
How old was
opportunity to
he?
beat me. He was only like maybe not even 30 when he retired. So he literally goes out,
Kicking the dick,
wins the
mate.
title, says to Hamilton, "Oh, you know what? I'm just going to, I'm going to take it easy now." And that's it, Chad Howe. You're not getting a fucking opportunity to beat me. You will never, ever say, "I beat you in the World Championship. You didn't beat me." It's as simple as that.
You know, I was looking up some stats today about the F1.
Yep.
You know, I didn't quite grasp how good Hamilton was last year.
Hamilton or Verstappen?
Sorry, Verstappen.
He is fucking epic, dude.
Last
That
year.
season last year.
575 points.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
last year he only dropped one race,
Yeah.
which Leclerc won.
Yeah.
Or Sainz.
Oh, one of them.
One of the Ferraris won it.
Sainz, I'm pretty sure it was.
And like, he was the youngest to ever win a race.
Yep.
I think was he the youngest to ever win a championship?
Google. Dr. Google will tell us that one. But he's a fucking generational talent, right? Like, his car is not as fast as what those Mercedes were compared to the rest of the fields. Like, Sergio Perez is driving the exact same car and he can't do fuck all with it.
How do you think he felt when they were doing his celebrations? Because like Verstappen was there,
Yeah.
youngest driver to start a race,
Yep. He was 16 and something.
17 and 166 days.
Fucking mate,
Who
baby.
do you think was number two?
I will go Behrman, maybe?
Stroll.
Was that?
Yeah.
How old was he?
18 and 148 days.
How old's he now?
Oh, he gives a shit.
No, I need to know. I'd be curious to find out.
Can you Google that?
How many seasons has Lance Stroll had in F1?
Lance Stroll?
Yep.
Well, 2017, I think, was his first
2017.
Australian Grand Prix.
So he's been in Formula One for 7 years
Yeah.
and can't drive around a wet track
Yeah.
on a warm-up lap and beaches it in the gravel.
You know, most consecutive race starts, Lewis Hamilton, 265. You know, he's number two.
Who?
Danny Rick.
Fuck, he was a weapon, man. I love that kid. Didn't matter. You know what?
26.
Really?
Lance Stroll's 26.
26. So 8 years, 7 years that he's been in there.
Total wins?
Who?
Who's got the record?
That'd be Fangio, wouldn't it?
No. Hamilton, 105.
Yeah, it's easy to win.
Number two, Michael Schumacher at 91.
Yeah.
Number three,
with Max.
Max.
So,
62.
I reckon Max will beat Hamilton.
did you know that Max Verstappen has joined an elite group of drivers
For,
that have won 4 in a row?
yeah.
And there's
Vettel?
only two. There's only 2 that have gone one more and won 5 in a row.
Fangio
So
will be
there's
one,
6
surely?
drivers, and that is Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, Fangio, Juan Fangio,
One Fangio.
Alan Prost,
Yes.
Vettel,
Yes.
and
Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, fucking
anyway, I've gone past him.
whatever.
And Max Verstappen now, right? So Fangio and Schumacher are the only 2 that have gone 5.
Didn't
5 in a
Hamilton
row.
do 5 in a row?
No.
No, because Rosberg.
Yeah. So
God bless the.
so
the
Hamilton
old
has
Rosberg.
7,
Yep.
7 in the bag.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
but he
he'll
didn't.
ne-
He didn't do
he,
it.
he will not beat Schumacher's record
No, Max dropped 3 races
last year. Last year he lost.
Yeah, I thought Perez won a race last
Yeah,
year.
so Max Verstappen had 19 wins out of 22 races.
Yeah, and
Now with Michael Schumacher,
Mm-hmm.
he only had 18 races in 2004 and he
yeah,
won
because
13.
it was shorter seasons.
Correct.
Yeah, shorter seasons. The season's getting longer and longer because they're adding more tracks. But I mean, you know,
Who's got the
we're
most
talking
consecutive wins?
We're talking now. Max Verstappen has passed the legendary status of Ayrton Senna.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
Ayrton Senna's
what,
only
so
won 3.
3.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But
Max Verstappen, how many? Who's got the most constructive?
Max does.
10 last year. He beat Perez.
So in the last how many years, Red Bull has won 8 World Constructors Championships.
Out of how, say it again.
I can't remember out of how many, but
No,
So-
what was the stat you just said?
let's just say in the last 20 years,
Yeah.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
last
yeah,
20
okay.
years, Red Bull has won 8 World Construction
Yeah.
Championships,
And so,
and
Mercedes.
Mercedes has won 7.
so that's 15.
Oh, because when it was McLaren Mercedes.
Yeah, so
Oh, you gotta count that, though.
No, Mercedes itself has won 7.
Yeah.
Why can't you
And
count
then-
They won 7 titles in a row because you got to remember also, Hamilton won a world title with McLaren.
But it was McLaren Mercedes.
No, it was McLaren at that point. Then Mercedes had already off branched because they went under. What are they called? No, it wasn't Braun GP because that's when Jenson Button won it.
Yeah.
That was one of the best stories in F1, by the way.
What's that?
BAR Honda couldn't enter into the Formula One, so Virgin partnered with Braun, Ross Braun, legendary gentleman in Formula One, partnered together for one season, created Braun GP, and Braun GP went out and fucking blitzed everyone. Jenson Button won the world title. They weren't even going to be able to go onto the grid until the real people that should be like called sirs, Sir Richard Branson, pulled out the cash and went, yeah, let's go. So Browning and him went halves, and in one season they won a title. Absolutely dominated too.
Story of the weekend, though.
Like, one more. Most races before their first win. Who's number 1?
That would be Sergio Perez.
No, I reckon it would have been Lando Norris.
Sergio Perez. With
How many?
194 races before he won a
Yeah,
race.
and that was the race where he won, where old mate decided to set himself a little barbecue.
Who's that? Did he win that race?
It was that race that he won.
Do you know number 2?
Who?
Carlos Sainz.
Really?
Number 3, Mark Webber.
Webski?
Lando Norris is in number 9. Oh. Most races without a win.
Lance Stroll.
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg, yeah, he'd be up there.
So Hulkenberg's never won a race.
No.
228 entries.
Yeah, and never had won a race.
Lance Stroll's in the top 10.
Of course he is.
Don't
Don't worry, he'll get to number 1 soon enough.
176 races.
Hulkenberg's gone after the season.
Yeah.
No, Hulkenberg's
Did he resign?
he's going to Audi.
Magnussen.
Hulkenberg's going to kick Sauber.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh mate, what was the most wins in the same Grand Prix?
But yeah.
Now there was this other stat I read today. I'm like, fuck, I know. But I keep going. I'll look for it.
So I saw this funny post. It goes, funny that Checo is still in place, but Danny Rick got the flick for far less.
Yeah.
How is Checo still in the sport?
He has
sponsors.
He has lots of
Do you
money.
know since I saw this stat and I can't remember exactly what it was, but in the last 7 years, I think in the last 7 years, Max Verstappen has not passed Q1 about 5 times.
Say that again.
So
Not
Max
past-
Verstappen has always progressed from Q1
Yeah.
5 times in the last 7 years. He hasn't progressed.
So 5
Right.
times he's been knocked out in Q1.
Knocked out in Q1.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Oh,
in the last 7 years.
yeah.
And this year alone, Perez has been knocked out about 13 times.
It's fucking weird. And you know, you'd feel bad because you got the guy who's just won the world title in the same car as you.
Exactly the same car.
Like,
exactly the same car.
I don't care what kind of fucking voodoo you think's going on.
He's just shit.
He's just shit.
Now, story of the week. All right. Actually, where is it?
Steve Aoki DJ'd the proceedings I saw. That looked fucking epic, by the way.
Okay. This is the one.
Tell me.
Most races without a fastest lap.
Who?
Lance Stroll.
Is it? Good.
He's never had a fastest lap in 167 races. Fuck. That was the
Okay.
other one I wanted to say. So yeah, go on. I'm done now.
Yes, whatever you want, as always.
Charles, you did your job. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I did my job, but being nice fucks me over all the fucking time. It's not even being nice, it's just being respectful. I know I need to shut up, but at one point it's always the same, so... Oh my fucking God.
Okay. But anyway, you did the right thing for the team. And pick up, please.
Right. So I'm gonna read that transcript out because I've got the whole transcript here.
Now, which is the
in
one where
front
he
of
said
me.
he didn't realize the radio was
Yeah,
on?
that's the same one.
yeah.
All right. So this is the team radio at the end of the race from Ferrari with Charles Leclerc between Bozzi, the engineer, and Charles Leclerc. All right. So Charles Leclerc lost third place to Carlos Sainz at the Las Vegas Grand Prix and vented his frustration in an explicit team radio exchange. Despite being told Sainz would not overtake, the Spaniard passed Leclerc, leading to these messages. Bozzi, Carlos has been told not to overtake, but it is really close. You might just be in front. He has been told not to put you under pressure, so just take care of your tyres. Leclerc, maybe try in Spanish.
Yeah.
Bozzi, please pick up. Leclerc, yes, whatever you want, as always. Bozzi, Charles, you did your job. Okay, thank you. Leclerc, yeah, I did my job, but being nice fucks me all the fucking time. It's not even being nice, it's just being respectful. I know I need to shut up, but at one point is always the same. So, oh my fucking God. Bozzi, okay, but anyway, you did the right thing for the team. And then again, Bozzi, please pick up. Then Leclerc, fucking pick up what the fuck you want, and the radio is on. Oh, I'm sorry. Fred Vasseur. Charles.
Yeah.
So give it context. So he when he came out, he was supposed to give the position back to.
Correct.
Why?
Because he's higher.
He's the senior driver.
He's the
in
senior
team.
driver.
But you think, let me tell you one thing. If that little monogax little shithead doesn't think that Lewis Hamilton is coming into your team next year,
You're bumped down to number
you
two,
think you're
champ.
going to be number one driver? I don't think so, champ. They're going to do all they can because the one thing that Ferrari will want more than anything, where did Michael Schumacher win the predominant of his world titles?
Ferrari.
Ferrari. Now, if someone's going to beat Michael Schumacher's record What car do you reckon that Ferrari want them to be in? In a Ferrari. So they're going to do absolutely everything in their power to get Hamilton that 8th title. 8th or 9th? 8th.
9th.
9th? 9th title.
It's 9th title.
Just to beat.
It's 8th title.
It's 8th title.
Yeah,
he
he's
didn't
only
beat
got 7
Max.
titles, man.
He
Sorry?
didn't beat Max. He didn't beat
In 21?
Max. No, he didn't beat Max.
Bullshit. That was scripted, mate. Just like the Mike Tyson fight.
Whatever. Anyway.
Hang on.
Are you actually being serious?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the title he lost in 21?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been fucking Hamilton's, mate. All right?
Nah, I
no,
still
no, no,
think-
no.
You know
no,
how
no.
many people slip up,
Yeah.
right, in interviews
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, an 8-time champ, Lewis Hamilton," and then it goes awkward. I'm telling you,
Don't care.
that was bullshit.
He
You
lost.
tell me how? No. Tell me how. No, see, you fucking wound me
Look
up
at-
now,
hey,
right?
If we've got the camera footage of this, look at the vein.
And I've only got
in his head.
15% left on my fucking camera. Anyway,
I've got
how-
10, so hurry up.
How was that not wrong? Tell me. Look, honestly, take away your hate for Hamilton or whatever. How was that not bullshit?
How many times that season in particular, right? Lewis, it was the British GP. Right? Now, does anyone remember when Lewis punted off Max at 200 and something odd kilometers an hour and into the wall, right?
Oh, yes.
He was given a penalty, right? But won the race. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen was almost fucking killed because of
Yeah, but
wait.
what's
For
a 10
Lew-
second penalty when you're 50 seconds ahead?
for Lewis's unsafe driving, right?
Yeah.
Right. I just found that as a little bit of karma from the
come
driving
on.
gods.
And you're telling me Max Verstappen isn't a dirty driver? Look at the shit that he's done this year. And I'm not having a go at him.
Max, when he was younger, was actually a lot worse. As he's matured as a driver.
Yeah, and
he's
you know
become-
what? This
he's
has
become
been
more
one of the
clinical.
most mature and most humbled seasons
Yeah.
for Hamilton. So take away your anger and your hatred for Hamilton. I was in the same boat. I never used to like Hamilton, but I actually enjoy watching Hamilton drive because he's become such a very humbled person.
It's easy to be humbled when you no longer have the best car on the grid. You've got to
But
learn
I
to
don't
be
think
humble.
he's going to go to Ferrari with a big head. He's going to go with the same attitude that he's got right now, right?
No,
And-
I reckon the old spark will flare back up of that arrogance. Because let's be honest, man, Ferrari's got a fucking beautiful car at the end of this year. They got a really quick car. What's the standings at the moment for constructors?
They're only 20 points behind. That the real constructors challenge now is
Yeah.
for Ferrari to try and beat
608 for McLaren and 584 for Ferrari.
Red
yeah.
Bull?
Red Bull's 555. No, they're done.
Red Bull can't win it. Not without Perez performing. They can't win it.
And this is what I mean. We were talking about it before.
But having said this, the next two tracks do not favour Ferrari at all.
no, not at all.
No, it's all McLaren. McLaren love these tracks. man.
Put it this way. Well, is it a time for maybe for the boys down at Red Bull to pull what's his name out of the car and go?
They're not going to do it with two races
Two
left
races
now.
to go.
What?
No.
At least try and get. You know what the difference between third and second is in the constructors' champions?
Yeah, it's about
Prize
20
money?
mil.
Oh, it'd be more than
Nah,
that.
it's about
No,
20
it's-
mil.
Yeah, I think we've discussed this before.
It's not much. It's not much.
Surely it's a lot
Look,
more.
what Red Bull is going to lose from first to third place is already made up with Checo sponsorships, right? That's why they're not getting rid of him. End of the story. But what I would love to see, and this is just me being me and selfish and the fact that I love Ricardo.
Danny Rick gets two
I
last
would
races.
love to see him at least in the one of the next two races be for him to replace Perez as a proper farewell.
But I
If he's not coming back to the sport, I would love to see him in a car just one last time.
But I don't care. That 2021 season, you know what? I was so happy
He's still
sitting on the
stuck
edge
on
of my
it.
bed watching Toto Wolff whine like a whingy little bitch.
No, this is not right.
No, you cannot do it. What was the guy's name? What was the Michael Massa Michael, you cannot do this, Michael.
This is not right,
This is
Michael.
not right, Michael.
Toto.
No, Michael Massa.
Yes, he was the Australian. He actually, mate, that poor bloke has gone through some shit from that
Right,
season.
now, just to finish off our podcast and our F1 talk, this season alone, there has been 7 multiple Grand Prix winners.
Yeah, that's
right.
killer.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's amazing. So
How many races?
now,
20?
this is the best part.
20 races.
Out of these 7 races, there are 4 teams, right?
That's better.
Right? Get this. So both Ferrari races have won at least 2 races each. Both McLaren drivers have won at least 2 races each. Both Mercedes drivers have won at least 2 races each. Verstappen has won everything else
8.
on his own. On his own.
He's a generation.
Perez
13
has
podiums
not
as well.
hit anywhere near.
And there's still 2 races to go.
And
he's won- and he's-
Perez got 4 podiums.
Yeah, but not won a race.
No.
And where's Perez in the driver's standing, by the way?
8th. So what was it? It was 100 points.
So by a certain part of the year, he needed to be no more than 100 points behind.
That was after the Spa Grand Prix.
Yeah,
Halfway.
yeah. But they kept him on. They kept him on.
Verstappen's on 400.
So you know what?
Yeah.
Perez is on 152.
Yeah,
But it just shows
Same
you.
car.
It just shows you, like,
But that's like Stroll and Alonso. Stroll's on 24 points with no podiums. And Alonso doesn't have any podiums either, but Alonso's on 62 points.
yeah. But he's
Same car.
Same car. They've grinded it out. But the thing will be, the real question is going to be, what's going to happen next year? The only team that's really got a stable driver lineup next year is McLaren. They've got Lando. They've got
stable, but I think next year the roles are going to flip. I think they're going to let them race. They're going to papaya rules all the way, and I think that's where Piastri's going to shine.
When was the last time that happened, you reckon?
It's been a long.
It's been a long time. But let's be honest, I don't think Lando is number 1 material. He's been there longer, but he's not number 1 material. I think Piastri is the future.
100%.
100% he is.
But I'm excited about next year, guys. Like, it's going to be like most of the big teams, other than Red Bull, most of the big teams aren't going to have a number 1 and 2 driver. Ferrari's going to have 2 top quality drivers.
Yeah.
And like you said, I don't think that Hamilton's going there to be number 2, right? So it's going to be game on for Ferrari. You've got McLaren. There's not going to be a number 2. It's game on for McLaren. Then you've got Mercedes, which has Antonelli. Okay, he will be a number 2, but I just think that they're still going to do enough to, race.
And for the first time in 17 years, no Newey at Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, yes, that's right.
No,
Newey,
not a
Newey's
Newey
moved to
designed
Aston.
car.
Yeah.
Not a Newey designed car. And you got to remember, he has, by far, technically, him and Braun have had 2 of the biggest impacts in Formula One for designing and then managing a car.
And I've just got to say, like, I'm a big, like, Hamilton fan, but my team is Ferrari, and now they're both coming together. I'm so happy.
Oh, just like Suits and Coldplay coming together. Oh. On that note.
All right. Benny, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Great to have you on again.
Pleasure was always mine.
We'll see you when you have your 3rd child.
Oh, fuck, not a chance. Not a chance.
Don't forget, guys, 2 Blokes in a Pod T-shirts on twoblokesinaPod.com. And you can follow us on all our social media. We've got some really, really good reels coming up this week. I finally got around to making some reels, and we're going to get back active on it. Yeah. 2 Blokes at 2 Blokes in a Pod on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Bye.
Right. Say Facebook.